Alrighty, Mr. Gatekeeper here. Here we have a, I guess you pronounce it Matcoe or Matcoe. I know in the past I've pronounced it Matcoe, but I've had about 3 or 4 of these amplifiers, and this is the one that has been in the greatest shape yet out of all of them. Usually the other ones I had, all of the letters are rubbed off and worn off, and you can tell this one there's a little bit worn off on pieces of the letter, like the S on plus, and just a tad bit on the C on co and stuff like that, but everything's there. Take a look at it. Everything is there, even on the high, medium, and low. So that is pretty neat. I normally would just put this in my collection and keep it. And I really wish I could, but I'm in need of a little bit of extra cash. You gotta take care of a couple of personal things, you know how it goes. So I'm gonna have to let her go. But I went ahead and gave the lid a new paint job. She was showing a little bit of wear and tear, not too much, but I went ahead and gave it a new paint job to give that fresh look. Went ahead and added a new antenna transmitter, which is an input and output sticker in the back. Okay. Another thing I went ahead and did was replace, I had 2 LEDs that was out. So I went ahead and replaced them with blue LEDs. As you see there. Next thing I did is the preamp wasn't working. And I honestly have not had a preamp that works yet in these things. Every one I have gotten, the preamp has been not working. And I think 1 or 2 of them I couldn't even get to work. So, I mean, I didn't even get in there to get crazy with it and start replacing things. But this one I did get to work. Let's go ahead and pop the top off here real quick. Let's take a look at that lid right there, man. Fresh paint job on that booger. Fresh paint. Look how shiny that is. Oh yeah. There she be. I know a couple of y'all have already seen this amp in my video about 3 or 4 times now. I went ahead and left the trimmers in there, you know. I'm under a time constraint, you know. I could have took the trimmers out and mic'd them in, but to be honest with you, there really ain't no reason to. About the only benefit of that is I'd get another trimmer for the old stockpile, but heck, I got a whole mountain of them, and I don't reuse them, not even in repairs. That's just a rule I have. But I did go ahead and clean it up. I got the majority of the flux out of it, as you can see. As you can see, let me zoom in on it. You see the old 2905A? That's the keying transistor right there. Okay, that's the keying transistor for the main relay. And there's your main relay right there. Okay, here's your relay for your preamp. And as you see, I went ahead and put an up-to-date device in there, because it was blown. I would get up and go get it, but it's over here on the bench. So I went ahead and replaced it with a 2907. That's pretty much the equivalent to 2907, 2905A metal casing. You'd think the things will last forever. So, other than that, that's about it. Just cleaned her up. And there she be. Looks like somebody put a little bit of padding in here. If you look down here, we got 2 100 ohms. which in parallel equals 50. The RF comes into the relay, out the relay, goes through these right here before the high-low medium switch over here. So that's some input padding. I see it seems to be possibly restricting the output a little, but in a lot of ways that's a good thing. That's going to kind of help you not overdrive the amplifier. It's going to, it's going to cut back on your drive a little bit that you're putting into it. I thought about taking them out and throwing like a 20 ohm in there or something, 30 ohm. But I'm just going to leave it, man. I mean, right now it's doing exactly what it says. It's doing about 225 peak, about 80 to 90 RMS, which I'll show you. Hey, man, that's good, man. Just leave it be. That's good to go if you ask me. That should last you a long, long time. I like how they utilize the 1 1/4" transformers on these as well. You don't see that a lot in these type amps. All right, let's go ahead and show you. I've just been using a hot radio with these eBay amps lately, just to give you a good view of me driving 8 RMS, which is close to about 25 or 30 watts PEP. Okay. Alrighty. We'll go to low first, and then just skip up to high. Like I said, the preamp works. It's 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. There's nobody on the air. I went and checked. Found somebody on 19 just for a second there, and I hit the preamp, and it did increase. So the preamp is working. Thank God. That's awesome. I was thinking I might have to tell you the bad news that it ain't. Like, I don't think I've ever had a preamp work in one of these things, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong. And the only other thing I can think of, there was a bend right here. I pretty much got that dent out. This right here was just kind of bent forward. And about the best way to get that out is take out all these switches. And I'm sorry, I'm not doing that for that. But I got it bent back, so it's good. It's good. So this is a very, very nice little amp, man. Real nice looking. Very clean looking. Now with the fresh paint job on the lid, man, this is looks very nice for how old it is. I don't know when they produce these amps. I don't know who produced these amps. But I know I'm probably take a wild guess. This is probably around the mid 80s, maybe early 90s, possibly. I wouldn't give it any more later than that. Alrighty. We are on the 1000 watt slug. Okay. Let's see. I think we're going to be hitting it with 15.3 volts. Alright. That's how much the amplifier is running on. Okay. Like I said, we're on the 1000 watt slug. See if I can get that in view. Makes it kind of hard to see it with that shininess. Okay. There you go. The bottom 100 scales what we're reading. 100's 1000, 20's 200. In between that is 100. Oh yeah. Yeah. So that's on low, and it's already doing about 50-60 RMS. So like I said, we're just gonna flip it up on high. Just skip medium. I'll be completely honest with you. On these amps, I've noticed the high-low medium switch, it does more of adjustment to your dead key more than anything, okay? Because you already got 50 ohms of resistance on your signal already. So that's pretty much what that does, And if somebody gets this and they just feel like they want to get a little bit more out of it, and they know how to run an amp properly. If you wanted to, you could take these 250s, 100s out, excuse me, and just jumper that across, or throw a smaller resistor like a 10 ohm or 4.7 in there if you wanted to. But like I said, I'm just going to leave it in there and leave the input padding in there. You got 2 blue dots, which is about mid-range HFE. But see, I don't know if a lot of you know, but the dot label is an HFE color chart. You know what? I think I was looking where I have that wrote down. And you know what? I might just show that to you after this, okay? And I know I've had a lot of questions of people asking me what do those dots mean on the Motorola transistors, and I'll show you. So let's get this done with, and I'll show you real quick. All right, we're on high, RMS. Oh, all right, that's hitting right there about 80 and 90 bird. You can kind of see it going in between. Nice low dead key. Power about a 10 watt dead key. Oh, alrighty. Right there, hitting about 90 watts RMS. PEP kit is now on. Here's your PEP. Oh, so there's your 220, 230. So like I said, it's a Matcoe 225. We're getting 225, 230 PEP out of the bird. On your dozies, you're probably going to see possibly over 300 watts. Plus with that type of drive that I'm driving into it, which is 8 RMS. And as you can see, the old static is now gone. And I plan on putting a dozy and a LP100 right there in the near future. And I like to have a dozy just so you know, a lot of y'all do use dozies. And I like to show you what it's doing on a dozy over here under these conditions. Alrighty, well there you go. Very neat amp. The only thing I will apologize is the power wires are kind of short. But if you're going to put some Anderson connectors on here, that don't even matter. To be honest with you, when I'm using Anderson connectors, I usually typically make the wires short. Just, there really ain't no reason why I do that, but just, you know, kind of makes it easier to carry around so it won't have long wires going all over the place, and you just plug it up. So the wires are a little short. Like I said, I'm on time constraints. You've seen me do things like putting power wire upgrades and all that. I just don't have the time, but I did have time to get this thing looking really good. Clean as a whistle. No flux anywhere. Fresh paint job on the lid here. So there you go. We'll get the screws in that bad boy, and the E-base she goes. Alright. Let's go over here and let me show you the HFE color chart. Ooh. That one's going next, y'all. I hate to see that cotton jobber go, but that one's going next. Oh boy. Got a lot of amps going out tomorrow. Alright. There's the bench here, man. Alright, y'all give me one moment. Let me set the phone down. Hell, let's know Alex Jones while I'm looking for this. Come on, come on, come on. I wrote it down right here in my book of knowledge. I call them my mini book of knowledge. I hope it's this book. There she is. There she is. Alright. Whenever you see the dot, the color codes on the Motorola transistors. Okay, what y'all have to understand is, you know how vacuum tubes and steel tubes and whatnot, they actually have a percentage of health. Okay, and you know it goes by a percentage, usually 1 to 100%. You know, well, 1 to 120% usually, I believe. Well, transistors are the same exact way. They have a health as well, and the way we measure that is their ability to pass bias current from the base on through. And that measurement is called HFE. Okay. You can test HFE in DC or oscillating in AC. What we're worried about is oscillating in AC on the frequency of the megacycles that you're talking on. But here's your chart. Pretty much green. If you see a Motorola, any Motorola with a green, you'll also see them double dotted sometimes. I think a lot of times when they'll double dot it, I'm not talking about the black, brown, red, orange, but I've seen double dot blues and stuff like that. I don't know what that means, but I have a guess that it means it's either a step up or a step down from what blue is, but it's not up enough or down enough to change the color code of it. So there you go. Green is an HFE minimum of 48, maximum of 63. Blue is an HFE of 57, minimum, maximum 78. Violet, purple, 72, 93. Black, which I've have quite a few 454s of that, 87 to 108. So that's pretty much in the middle. Okay, brown, 100 to 125. Red, which I've never seen, I don't think. Orange, which I have a few 455s that are orange, and I'm holding on to them for a personal build for myself. So there's what the color code is, y'all. You can just use this video for reference. Maybe I should have done a separate video, but you know, I just thought about it while I was doing the video. So God bless y'all. We're gonna go ahead and put that Matcoe on eBay. 73rds. We're gone.